Hey everybody, I'm Jarrett Ross and I am the GeneaVlogger, and this is vlog number 4. So I've been working on citing the sources for the document I've been making for my cousin for his Portuguese citizenship application. I've been working on that, and I've also been starting to look into my paternal side, my purely paternal side, at my great-grandfather David Goldberg. The family story has been that he was not really a Goldberg. That was a name that he chose when he came over. But the story was that they changed it at Ellis Island. For those who don't know, the whole story about people's names being changed at Ellis Island really is just a myth, and in reality most of those people chose to change it either for ease or just different things. It is true that a lot of people, their names would be written differently when they got to Ellis Island because it would be written down phonetically, but it didn't become their official name just because it was written down when they landed at Ellis Island. So I found my great-grandfather's naturalization papers, and I've had them for a while, and it gives me his birthplace, which is Socorani, Romania is where it was. The way he spells it, I would pronounce it Socoran, but from what the research I found, Socorani, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, would be the place where he's from, which is now in the Ukraine. So on that naturalization scan, there's actually 2 documents. There's his declaration of intent, and then there's the actual naturalization document. On the declaration of intent, he actually signed it in Yiddish. I wasn't quite sure if, him signing it in Yiddish made it more likely that whatever name he signed as would be his, original name. But I figured, maybe the Yiddish name was going to be a little different, and it could at least give me a hint at something different. And so what I found when I used the lovely Facebook group Jewish Genealogy Portal, I posted the signature and asked if people could translate it, and what most people said that it translated to was David Goldenberg. From what I understood, the signature was a little illegible at the end, so it was a little questionable between Goldberg and Goldenberg, but it seemed that a lot of the folks were definitive in, it was Goldenberg, not Goldberg. So it doesn't necessarily mean that was his original name, but it does give me a whole new name, and it gives me an idea of something else to look for, especially if I look in the documentation back where he's originally from, or supposedly originally from. So this is just one part of the whole step that I'm taking to learn more about him. I'm trying to learn more about him and his wife because they are the shortest branch on my tree. There's some stuff where I know some of their cousins' names, and we found some cousins, or we found some people that we thought might be the descendants of those cousins. They thought so as well, but it was very possible that their ancestors just had the same names, but it seemed to match up. But when we did the DNA testing, my dad was tested and the oldest member of their branch was tested, and they didn't match at all, and they would have been about third cousins. From what we estimate, we don't know how they were cousins. They could have been second cousins, which would make my dad and the oldest member there more like, fourth cousins or fifth cousins. They didn't have any matching DNA, even in smaller segments down to like 3 centimorgans is I think where I looked just to see, maybe, but they really had nothing. So, it's an ongoing process. It's very interesting, and, I'm hoping that I can pull up the manifest from their immigration here. Supposedly, my great-grandfather came to the country with his wife and his daughter, and we even have a picture of them where they're at some sort of thing in New York, and I believe that it's from right when they got off the boat or pretty close to it. Thanks so much for watching this vlog. I'm going to be posting a whole lot more videos, so be sure to subscribe. If you enjoyed, please give us a like, nice thumbs up. Be sure to follow on Instagram and Twitter at GeneaVlogger. I'm the GeneaVlogger. I'm out.